If you've traveled north on the I-15 from Temecula's Winchester Road during rush hour, then I'm sure you've experienced the traffic bottleneck on your way up to the I-215 split. This congestion will be relieved soon with the construction of additional lanes and improvements. Spirit of Innovation attended the groundbreaking ceremony of what will be the largest project in Temecula's history. Here are the highlights.
It started out as something that we thought would cost between $60 and $70 million for the interchange, and has grown into a three-phase major freeway improvement spanning over 20 years, and there's still more to come after this. A physically separated parallel roadway called a collector-distributor system, or CDE system, will allow vehicles entering the freeway from Winchester Road and ultimately French Valley Parkway to have dedicated ramps to either I-15 or I-215 without ever having to merge into the flow of traffic of the existing freeway lanes. The project will be under construction for the next 2 years.
This project is a reminder that implementing transportation goals takes time and is certainly very costly, but we cannot stop working towards solutions that make transportation better simply because it's hard. The French Valley Parkway Phase 2 project is an excellent example of teamwork and perseverance to do just that.
There was a tremendous amount of synergy to make this happen. What united our region behind this project was its importance to our future, to the southern gateway of Riverside County. Removing the bottleneck that exists today is vital to the quality of life and economic growth of our communities for decades to come. Let's get this baby open as soon as possible.
One final thank you to Caltrans, RCTC, WRCOG, the U.S. Department of Transportation, Federal Highway Administration, Congressman Calvert, Supervisor Washington, our state, county, and local partners. We appreciate you, we thank you, and let's go throw some dirt, break some ground.
Spirit of Innovation will have a more in-depth look at this project in a future episode. Stay tuned. Riverside County is rich in cultural and racial diversity, making it all important to have programs, organizations, committees, and commissions in place to ensure fair treatment and inclusion for residents, businesses, and employees. Spirit of Innovation took a look at what the impact is.
Here in Riverside County, leaders are taking action to integrate diversity, equity, and inclusion into county operations to ensure all residents have what they need to live fulfilling lives. Riverside's Human Relations Commission is an example of how cities can play their part in creating safe and culturally vibrant communities.
The mission of the Riverside Human Relations Commission is to act as an advisory body to the mayor and the city council on issues of discrimination and to advocate really for equal opportunity, justice, and access to services and opportunities here in the city of Riverside. A lot of the times, cities do a less than admirable job of dealing with past injustices or even ongoing examples of racism or discrimination or inequities, right? We've seen, especially during the pandemic, how systemic inequities impacted different communities, both economically and with health outcomes. It's important for cities to take that first step in creating a commission that can act both as a forum and an opportunity for folks to actually voice some of the issues that are going on in the community.
Temecula's Race, Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion, or REDI Commission, meets monthly to discuss the topic of diversity and identify ways to incorporate more inclusive practices in city events, services, and programs. The REDI Commission's February meeting was dedicated to the celebration and a proclamation of Black History Month. Palm Springs has a Human Rights Commission with the purpose of protecting diversity in the community and improving human relations with education and awareness.
Some of the things that the Commission has done is really lead the effort on inclusivity in housing to ensure that housing was accessible and affordable for communities here in the city of Riverside. Most recently, and something that I'm very proud to be personally working on, we've actually implemented a community support grant, which will be allocating Commission funding to actually support the work of community-based organizations, nonprofits, neighborhood groups that have been leading the work of addressing discrimination and intolerance and inequities in the Riverside community.
One of the most effective ways to see change in your community is to get involved.
A lot of the issues that affect members of our community, whether it's being unsheltered or being targeted because of your race or ethnicity or your sexual orientation, or having decisions made for you based on your gender. A lot of these conversations are happening without the involvement of the community. Get involved in your local board or commission, show up to city council meetings, to write to your city council member. The greatest impact we can make is on a local level. And what starts off as maybe one or two voices can very quickly grow into a very strong community of voices advocating for protection or for addressing inequities or for righting wrongs that may have existed in the community.
There's no quick fix to ensuring a more inclusive society, but by valuing diversity and taking steps towards inclusion, leaders and residents are beginning to build solutions that will strengthen their communities.
It's great to see all the ways people come together in support of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Let's keep up the good work. Find out how you can get involved on the Spirit of Innovation website. Now it's time to share community events, heartwarming news, and more good-to-know topics and information. Here to get us started are SOI team members Aaron Porras and Tyler Perrone.
Thanks, Esther. The Santa Rosa Plateau Nature Education Foundation is offering grant money to support programs and projects for middle and high school students. Teachers, environmental education support groups, or nonprofit outdoor education providers working with youth in Southwest Riverside County are invited to submit their applications. In light of International Women's Month, Riverside County will honor a selected candidate for the Women's Inspiration Award, which celebrates social and economic achievements by women in our county. The awards will be presented at the Riverside County Board of Supervisors meeting on March 7th. The deadline for nominations is February 24th.
Young women dealing with mental health can take a break from the internal chaos of everyday life and find inspiration at the Peace and Power Lunch on March 11th in Temecula. A portion of the proceeds will go to the Black Emotional and Mental Health Collective. The Squid Games comes to Murrieta Mesa High School on March 11th. You heard that right. Squid Games Live is an event from local business owners to thank the community for supporting them. Admission is free and it's 100% safe. Support local artists. Visit Palm Desert at the National Monument Visitor Center on March 18th for their Desert Mountains Art Fair to see art in many different mediums, such as photography, paintings, ceramics, hand-painted silks, and more.
History buffs, get ready for the Jensen Alvarado Ranch annual Civil War reenactment in the city of Riverside on March 18th and 19th. Enjoy a day with over 100 actors in costume, a large collection of memorabilia, educational displays, and of course, plenty of food and craft vendors. Proceeds support field trips and tours of the historic Jensen Alvarado Ranch and Museum. If the Civil War doesn't pique your interest, perhaps Star Wars will. On March 18th, North Park and Riverside hosts the Inland Empire Strikes Back. Come dressed in your Jedi best for a fun day, a full day featuring over 60 vendors approved by the Rebellion, the Jedi, and the Empire. Ready to promote cultural awareness and engagement to discover the world? Save the date for the Menifee Multicultural Festival on Saturday, March 25th, held at Central Park.
St. Patrick's Day is coming up fast. As a holiday that celebrates all things Irish, we invited Jackie Steed to the Spirit of Innovation studio to chat with SOI team member Jordan Wood and share her experience being Irish in America.
Well, thank you for being here, Jackie.
Thank you, Jordan. I am very excited to be here and to share some of my Irish story. So I'm from Neenah, County Tipperary, so that's near Shannon Airport and Limerick City. So at 18 years old, I came over to California and I've been here ever since. I got my citizenship in 2018, and I figured after I'd been here probably 25 years at that point, and I figured it was time. It was a very moving experience to be in a room of so many immigrants that all pledged allegiance to the flag. It was very special, and it was very emotional for me.
How do you stay true to your Irish roots while living life as an American?
Well, the first thing I do is I go home every single year to see my mother, and I do talk to my family probably 3 or 4 times a week. And then also I stay engaged with my Irish community here in Temecula. We get together every couple of months, and so that really makes it a lot easier to be so far away from home.
Jackie currently sits on the board of the Temecula Valley Chamber of Commerce in the Habitat for Humanity Inland Valley. She also serves as a commissioner for Temecula's Race, Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Commission.
I'm from a small town, and I always grew up with that sense of community. So coming to America, it was very important for me to be able to find that. And I never really found it until I moved to Temecula. I became involved in several different organizations, and through that communication and community, I got to know a lot of people. I love going into the grocery store and meeting people that I know. It reminds me of home, and it helps me feel a little bit more like people you know about, care about, are always around you.
Learning about Jackie's Irish heritage is a great way to get into the St. Patrick's Day spirit.
Can you give us a little St. Patrick's Day history?
St. Patrick's Day actually began in the year 1631 as a religious day of feast in honor of Ireland's patron saint, who is known for bringing Christianity to the country. It wasn't until the 1700s in America that Irish immigrants began to shift the day from a religious observation to more of a secular celebration. Today it's mostly known as a party holiday, symbolized by shamrocks, leprechauns, and of course wearing green. A fun fact for you is that in Ireland there's actually no snakes, so us Irish people believe that St. Patrick drove the snakes out of Ireland.
How is St. Patrick's Day celebrated in Ireland, and is it different compared to the US?
So it is a little bit different. It is actually a holy day. It's a saint's day, a religious holiday. So everybody gets off work and they go to mass generally, and then we also do large parades throughout the town. So I actually celebrate St. Patrick's Day by getting together with several of my Irish friends, and we have a couple of drinks, we have some Irish food, and we just share stories and memories from home.
Well, thank you so much for being here, Jackie.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
It's no problem at all.
Learning about different cultures and lifestyles is a great way to promote diversity in our community, and Spirit of Innovation is always happy to highlight these stories.
If you're itching to get out and experience the luck of the Irish, we put together a list of events in the area to get you into the St. Paddy's Day spirit. The fun begins March 12th at Bastard's Canteen in Temecula for their Irish-ish beer and hymns sing-along. Bring the whole family for an evening of singing your favorite Irish songs.
On March 17th, head to downtown Riverside to participate in the largest St. Patrick's Day pub crawl in the Inland Empire. Tickets include drink coupons and a map of all participating Riverside bars. Just want to stay in one place, but still enjoy the festivities? The Cove Bar and Grill in Murrieta will host a St. Patrick's Day party featuring U2 tribute band, the U2 Experience. Visit the Spirit of Innovation website for the full list of events. Back to you, Esther.
Thank you, Aaron and Tyler. We are counting down the days to DigiFest 2023. This year promises to be the biggest yet, with a star-studded speakers list.
Now announcing DigiFest Temecula 2023. Friday night, April 21st. Ryan Onan, actor, writer, co-executive producer. Eileen Grubba, actress and special needs advocate. Friday night, after party, live entertainment. Sammy Listo. Saturday, April 22nd, with award-winning directors and cinematographers Nazreen Al-Khatib, Alex Bram, Pride Pierce, Chris Nolan. Voiceover panel with Candy Milo and Bob Bergen. Podcasts and influencer panel with hosts from across the country. Sunday, April 23rd. Adobe Premiere Workshop with David Creamer. Music Workshop with Byron Fry. Creating Your Podcast TV Show with Diane Forster. Sunday, April 23rd, Award Celebration with special guest Adrian Paul. Live entertainment with Lee Coulter and Sean O'Brien. Tickets go on sale March 1st. Buy your tickets at digifesttemecula.org.
Follow DigiFest Temecula on social media for updates and special announcements. JDS Creative Academy is honored to be hosting the Temecula Valley Chamber of Commerce March Mixer for the 3rd year. Business and fun truly do come together in this unforgettable networking event. Take a look.
Come on down to JDS Studios for the Temecula Valley Chamber of Commerce Mixer, March 15th, hosted by JDS Creative Academy, where business and fun come together. Meet new people and promote your business. Wednesday, March 15th, 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. Meet amazing businesses and mingle among our sponsors. More info at jdscreativeacademy.org.
Wow, I can't wait. I know I'll be here.